Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the October 26th Lebanon City Council meeting. Our first order of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, now we'll move on to the roll call members. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Sure. Mike Kincaid.
Absent.
Keith Campbell.
Here.
Dick Robertson.
Here.
John Copeland.
Here.
Brent Wheat.
Here.
Sierra Messenger.
Present.
Morris Jones.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, now we'll move on to the approval of minutes from our previous meeting. We do have two sets of minutes approved from this previous meeting as well as the one before. So let's go 2 meetings back. Are there any changes to those proposed minutes? Okay, then we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes. I'm not sure of the date,
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those minutes are approved. And to approve the minutes from our last meeting. We entertain a motion.
I move we approved the October 13th minutes.
We have motion to approve the October 13th meeting. Minutes. Is there a second? Second. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Those minutes are approved. All right, first up here is old business. First item is Ordinance 2020-10. Council to consider fixing the salaries of certain City of Lebanon employees. And this is going to be read by Clerk Fair. This ordinance is on second reading.
Thank you. This is Ordinance 2020-10, an ordinance fixing the salaries of certain city employees beginning January 1st, 2021. Be it ordained by the Common Council, the City of Lebanon, Indiana, 2/3 of its members being present and concurring therein. The following statement of salaries is the base pay for the positions listed. Full-time employees of the City of Lebanon will receive longevity pay, the rate of $75 per year per each year of service. Longevity pay begins after the first full year of service and does not include the current year of service when calculating the amount for each employee. That if a current employee transfers to a vacated position, the amount of the salary would be no more than the amount listed in said ordinance, plus the longevity of the employee transferring to said vacancy. The salaries of the following employees, again, beginning January 1st, 2021, are as follows. For the motor vehicle department, it's $435,817. Parks department, $657,617. The above rates apply to a 40-hour work week. However, when extreme emergencies arise requiring the above-named employees to work more than 40 hours per week as intended, they shall be compensated according to the Federal Labor Standards Act and city's overtime policy. This section shall not apply to department heads. Planning department, $407,960. The Historic Commission, $6,000. Police Department, $2,411,800. Fire Department, $1,728,977. Clerk Treasurer's Office, $111,718. The Mayor's Office, $40,891. Community Development is $67,402. Engineering is $78,021. The annual salaries of the following board members shall be: the Board of Works is $3,600 a year. That's 2 members. The other member is paid from stormwater, so that's $3,600 for the city. The annual salaries of the following board members shall be: City Plan Commission is $9,600. Board of Zoning Appeals is $6,000. Park Board is $3,600. Those boards that I just mentioned are only compensated for regularly scheduled meetings they attend. This ordinance shall take effect January 1st, 2021, adopted this 26th day of October, 2020.
Thank you, Tanya. Any questions for Tanya concerning Ordinance 2020-10? Any public comment concerning Ordinance 2020-10? Okay. At this time, then, I will entertain a motion concerning Ordinance 2020-10.
I move we approve Ordinance 2020-10. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve Ordinance 2020-10. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Ordinance is approved unanimously. Thank you, council. Next up is ordinance 2020-11. Council to consider appropriations and tax rates. This is also Tanya.
Thank you. This is ordinance 2020-11. Be it ordained or resolved by the Lebanon City Council that for the expenses of Lebanon Civil City for the year ending December 31st, 2021, the sums herein specified are hereby appropriated and ordered set apart out of several funds herein named for the purposes herein specified, subject to the laws governing the same. In addition, for the purpose of raising revenue to meet the necessary expenses of Lebanon Civil City, the property tax levies and the property tax rates are hereby specified and included herein. Budget Form 4B for all funds must be completed and submitted in the manner prescribed by the Department of Local Government and Finance. And so I'll read these by the fund name. So first is Casino Riverboat. The adopted budget is $62,700. The general fund is $12,214,128. Debt service for park improvements is $142,259. Bond number 2, which is the bridge bond, is $225,550. Fire pension is $329,112. Police pension is $265,183. Local road and street, $252,721. Motor vehicle highway is $1,184,500. Park and recreation is $1,442,281. Park bond is $376,629. The stormwater bond is $561,041, and the sanitation fund is $909,000. We have two funds that are not reviewed by the Department of Local Government and Finance. Those are food and beverage for $500,000, and public safety lit is $3,074,083, for a grand total of $21,539,187. That's it.
Okay. Any discussion, comments from council? Any public comment? Okay. At this time then, I would entertain a motion concerning ordinance 2020-11, our 2021 city budget.
I'll make a motion, we approve ordinance 2020-11.
We have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, that ordinance is adopted unanimously. Thank you, council. Next up is ordinance 2020-12. Council to consider the salaries of City of Lebanon elected officials. This is Tanya as well.
Ordinance 2020-12, an ordinance fixing the salaries of elected officials of the City of Lebanon beginning January 1st, 2021. Be it ordained by the Common Council, City of Lebanon, 2/3 of its members being present and concurring therein. The maximum salaries of the following elected officials of the City of Lebanon, again, same date. Mayor, $57,978. Clerk Treasurer, $61,934. Common Council, total of $71,000. In addition to the funds paid by the civil city as set out in Section 2 above, the following elected and appointed officers are to be paid from the funds of the municipal utilities are as follows. Mayor, $30,090. Clerk Treasurer, $17,204. And Deputy Clerk Treasurer is $23,868. Adopted this 26th day of October 2020.
Any council discussion concerning ordinance 2020-12? Any public comment concerning ordinance 2020-12? Okay. This time then I would entertain a motion concerning ordinance 2020-12.
I move we accept ordinance 2020-12.
We have a motion to approve 2020-12. Is there a second?
Second it.
Sierra?
You guys-
Motion and a second.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right, Tanya and I appreciate you guys paying our salary.
Yes, very much.
All right, that concludes what I have for old business. Is there anything else from council? Okay, on the new business then. First item up is Resolution 2020-08, approving and amending a declaratory resolution and the plan supplement of the Lebanon Redevelopment Commission and the order of the Lebanon Planning Commission concerning new cold storage. I will give a brief introduction of this, then I'll have Rob read the resolution. Essentially, there is a economic development project happening out in the business park, and as part of the attraction package for that company, the city essentially is going to work with them to do essentially a developer-backed bond, and as in relation to that, we need to create what's called a sub-allocation area within our TIF district. So essentially, the taxes that the entity will pay goes back to pay back the bond that they hold themselves. So essentially, it's just a financing structure for them. So, but we want to ensure that those streams aren't commingled with our other revenues coming in through our TIF district. So this essentially creates a separate pot just for them that the money is pledged to. So, did I explain that right, Rob? Yep, okay, good. So at this time then I'll have Rob read Resolution 2020-08, because essentially what this does, it just acknowledges that creation of that sub-allocation area.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, Resolution 2020-08 is a resolution by this council approving and amending declaratory resolution and plan supplement of the Lebanon Redevelopment Commission and order of the Lebanon Plan Commission. Whereas the Lebanon Redevelopment Commission previously adopted confirmed amended resolutions which established and expanded the Lebanon Consolidated Economic Development Area as an economic development area pursuant to the Act, and it designated a portion of the consolidated area as an allocation area. On October 12th of 2020, the Redevelopment Commission adopted Resolution 2020-04, which amended its previously adopted declaratory resolution and consolidated plan to remove a certain parcel from 2017 expansion allocation area that's described in Exhibit A. It also designated a parcel as a separate allocation area, as the mayor indicated, pursuant to the Act, as well as adopted a supplement to the consolidated plan. On October 19th of 2020, the Lebanon Plan Commission approved and adopted an order approving this amending declaratory resolution and the 2020 plan supplement, and determined that the amended declaratory resolution and plan supplement conformed to the plan of development for the city, and it has submitted this plan commission order to this council. Pursuant to the Act, the Redevelopment Commission also submitted its amending declaratory resolution and 2020 plan supplement to this council. Therefore, this council hereby determines that the amending declaratory resolution and 2020 plan supplement in all respects conforms to the plan of development for the city. This council also approves in all respects the amending declaratory resolution, the 2020 plan supplement, and the plan commission order, and this resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately after its passage.
Thank you, Rob. Any questions from council? Okay. Any public comment? Okay. At this time, I would entertain a motion concerning Resolution 2020-08.
I move we adopt resolution number 2020-08. As read.
Second. We have a motion and a second to adopt Resolution 2020-08. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed? All right, that is approved unanimously. Thank you, council. And item B here is Ordinance 2020-13, General Bond Obligation. And this ordinance is on first reading. I will say we do have Emma Adlam from Baker Tilly. If you guys have any questions about this, this is in regards to the park improvements we talked about at our budget workshop. So I'll have Rob read the ordinance first on first reading, and then we can discuss.
Thank you, Mayor, Council. This is Ordinance 2020-13 for authorizing the issuance of general obligation bonds for the purposes of providing funds to pay the cost of certain capital improvements within the city and related expenses. This resolution, or this ordinance, now determines it's necessary and a proper exercise of the power of the city to finance all or a portion of the cost of the construction, acquisition, installation, and equipping of park improvements, including but not limited to lighting improvements and related expenses. This project will include the cost of issuance of general obligation bonds to finance the project, and it'll be in the amount of $750,000. That this council determines it's advisable to authorize the issuance of these bonds pursuant to the act in amount not to exceed $750,000 for, again, the purpose of procuring funds to be applied to pay for all or a portion of the cost for the project. A notice of a hearing on the appropriation of the proceeds of the bonds has been duly given by publication as required by law. And this ordinance goes along in several sections. In the first section, 1, is a determination to proceed. It's a declaration of intent and authorization and detail of the bonds. Again, the bonds will be in the amount not to exceed $750,000. There are several pages that will outline that the clerk treasurer is authorized and directed to appoint a qualified banking institution, as well as how the principal and interest of the bonds will be paid out. So there are several pages in there. I'll save the council and everybody from reading it verbatim. On page 7, there is an outline of the form of the bond that you've seen. And again, that's several pages that shows what the bond will actually look like. And then it goes on in section 3 on page 12 to talk about the sale of the bonds and how that will be conducted, as well as the publication requirements. Section 4 on page 13 talks about the preparation of bonds, as well as the deposit and application of the bond proceeds. And then section 7 talks about the covenant to levy tax in the bond payment fund, as well as certain covenants and representations that are in there for the next few pages. And then section 16 gets into, or page 16, section 9 gets into the continuing disclosure requirements, as well as debt limit not exceeded, and additional appropriation, again, is in section 11.
Okay, thank you, Rob. And is this a public hearing tonight, or is it next meeting? Next meeting, okay. Any discussion concerning what has been ordinance 2020-13? Any public comment concerning ordinance 2020-13? John, you want to come up here and do a little dance for us? You're getting your street park lights? Do you want to talk about what we're going to do with the bond? Give a history of how old our current lights are as well?
Seriously, would you like me to, so what would you
Yeah,
like?
I do, yeah.
I'm dumbfounded, that's awesome. The park board will be very excited. Memorial Park, the lighting projects that we have, met the park board and the council, and I appreciate all your help. Met at a working session last week. We discussed all the park projects following our master plan that we have. And top on the list is the public safety, and that's the lighting in the park. A lot of people are uncomfortable. Drove in this morning, a little bit 4-7, 3 or 4 walkers already out there, can't see them, and I didn't hit them, and it's something that we're dodging every day, by the way. So this will keep one of the biggest complaints we have. We have so many people, obviously COVID's brought them out, but we had it even before COVID. A lot of walkers, patrons walking the park. Early in the morning, you'll see footsteps when we're plowing snow at 4 o'clock in the morning and 7 o'clock at night when it's dark, or 8 o'clock. So we have walkers throughout the day. Their biggest complaint is light, and the women basically don't feel comfortable walking along Ulen or any of the walking paths. What our plans are is to first start around the trail and go through with the lighting. I think the council was very responsive. Obviously you were. That was the park board. Their biggest concern too was going with the lighting. Obviously we had other systems in place, or other, I'm just dumbfounded anyway. That's great. Other projects that we'd like to accomplish as far as playground, getting an all-inclusive playground, that was tops on their list. Some other asphalt, trail safety. Again, a lot of it's surrounding safety and children and all the play. and I think we had a great working session. You all spent 3 hours there discussing this, and a lot of discussion since, but yes. Is that what you were getting?
Yeah, can you talk about how old our current lights are?
I'm sorry?
How old our current lights are and where we got them from?
Oh, gosh, they've been there. Uland Country Club donated them way back when they replaced theirs, and that was, I think, 60s, 70s. So a lot of them don't have grounds on them. I think I told you at the working session with the condition they're in. You can't plug anything in. We've had a few of them catch fire. Also, they just don't have a ground to them, which isn't safe, as we all know. The new lighting will help us to put planters on some of them, flags on memorable days like the 4th of July. And basically, the whole key is to keep the park safe. We're not going to light it up like downtown. However, hopefully the patrons will feel comfortable at walking at all hours of the night. It helps our policemen who are out there every day to look through the parks and also keep public safety, keep it safe that way. So I think it'll help all around. So I think it's great what you're doing. I think it'll be well received by all the public.
Thank you, John. I was looking for the 70s on those lights. That's because that's how I thought, that's how I thought they were.
70s, it's really old.
That's what I thought they were. I just wanted to double check. So.
50s, 60s. There are the straight silver poles that we have that you can't see. You can't change them out with LEDs. It's time for a change, and I appreciate it. And the facade will go along with all the facade what Lebanon is going to. And I can't thank you all enough. I appreciate it. It'll be well received by the park board.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Thanks. Any other discussion, comments from council?
Thank you.
Okay. Ordinance 2020-13 has been read on first reading. We'll take that up at our next meeting on November 9th. That's when the public hearing will be held as well. So that concludes what I have for new business. Is there anything from council? Okay. Any announcements or discussion? Okay. We'll move on to claims then, and we'll entertain a motion concerning the claims.
Move to approve.
Second. We have a motion and a second to approve the claims. Is there all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Claims are approved, and we entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
I think it's more at that time. Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Those opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Our next meeting will be November 9th at 7:15 p.m. Thanks for watching.
Oh,